Hello, students of 11th class. So, eagerly waiting to go for live interaction or physical class. So, today we are going to discuss some viva on volumetric analysis or quantitative analysis. Some one or two questions are asked in the examination, okay, especially in the practical examination, okay. So, that's why let us discuss some selected viva on volumetric analysis. And question number one is what? Why should weights not be lifted with hand? See, this is whenever we weigh, we go for keeping weights on the pans in the balance. Okay, though you are not done it, but let us understand that time why we should not use our hand to touch the weight or to transfer the weight from the weight box to the balance. It is because our hands are sometimes not washed properly, so they may contain some chemicals, or our hands are dusty. So because of these reasons, those particles may sit on the weights. What is the problem? Problem is either they give wrong weight or they may react. Okay, if the weights are not made out of the pure metal, they may react. Or in practical, we are doing at the microscopic level, at the molecular level. Therefore, every atom matters a lot. So by chance, if you touch the weights with a dusty hand, few dust particles will increase the weight. That means we don't get the exact reading. That's why we should not touch with our hand. For this, separate forcep is given. So using the forcep, we transfer the weights from the weight box to the pan. Okay, right. Next question. What is the principle of volumetric analysis? The name itself indicates it is volumetric analysis. So here we are analyzing by knowing their volumes. Whose volumes? Volumes of two liquids. One liquid is taken in the burette and the other liquid is taken in the pipette. Okay. Both volumes are known. How much we are adding from the burette to the known volume of another liquid which is taken in the conical flask. Okay. So therefore, it is the volume versus volume. And out of the two molarity of one is known and the molarity of the other is unknown. So using the two volumes and the one molarity of the second liquid is calculated. This is called volumetric analysis. Okay. For this we use the formula M1 V1 equal to M2 V2. Out of 4, 3 are known, 1 is unknown, and that can be easily calculated using the usual mathematical operations. Okay, right. What is the titration? Titration is reaction between two liquids. In the normal class, simply we add one liquid taken in the one test tube and the another liquid in the another test tube. Simply we add. There we don't worry about the quantity or the measurement, because our aim is, what was our aim there? Aim is whether those two chemicals are reacting or not. How to know that the reaction, or how to know that the reaction is completed? Either by the smell or by the odor or by the color or by the precipitate formation, okay, or by the change of temperature. There are many ways to know whether reaction is completed or not. That is what, just to know the completion of the reaction. But in the titration, what we do? So here also it is a reaction between the two liquids only, but with known quantity. Okay. So 10 ml of A is reacting with how much ml of the B? That is called titration. So in the titration, measurements are known. Okay. So we know the measurement, or we will go for the measurement. That is the difference between what normal reaction and the titration reaction. So in the titration, chemicals will react with known quantity. That's why this titration comes under the quantitative analysis. What is the nature of the solution obtained by the reaction between a strong base and a weak acid? When a strong base reacts with weak acid, generally when acid reacts with base, the expected product is salt. Because base is strong, so its property flows in the salt. So whatever salt is formed, that salt have some basic character. How to know? This basic character is easily known by bringing the litmus paper. Okay, so when you go for the reaction between the strong base and the weak acid, whatever salt is formed, so in that salt, if you bring the pH paper, which is red in color, and dip it inside the salt, that red color litmus changes to blue, indicating that basic character has flown from the strong base to the salt also. So salt formed will have some basic character. Okay, so it is what is formed here? Basic salt is formed. What is the indicator used in strong base, weak acid titration? Whether it is a strong base, weak acid, strong acid. Acid base indicator, best indicator is what? Phenolphthalein. Okay. If you don't get phenolphthalein, go for the methyl orange. If methyl orange is not available, go for the litmus. If litmus is not available, then go for the one more is there, the best, that is universal indicator. Okay. There different indicators are added and maintain some pH value. So that indicator we use for the acid base titration. Okay. But preference is given to what? Phenolphthalein, because phenolphthalein gives very clear cut color change from colorless to the pink. So easily we can identify the end point or the completion of the reaction. Next question. What is the method used to determine the strength of a given solution? The method used to determine the strength of a given solution is volumetric analysis, comes under the quantitative analysis by titration. Phenolphthalein gives dash color in alkaline medium. Phenolphthalein is colorless in the acidic medium and pink in the alkaline medium. Therefore, the correct answer is what? Phenolphthalein gives pink color in basic or the alkaline medium. Next, Viva. What is the type of reaction involved in acid-alkali titration? Acid-base titration. So, when acid reacts with base, what we get? Salt. So, because of this, the name of the reaction is what? Salt formation reaction. Okay. Or one more name is there, neutralization reaction. Why it is called as a neutralization reaction? Because acid changes blue litmus red, whereas base changes red litmus blue. But after the reaction between the acid and the base, salt formed is what? Neutral. Because the property of acid is changed by the property of the base during reaction. Therefore, the salt will give no reaction to litmus. Red remains red, blue remains blue. So it is neutral to the litmus test. That's why it is called neutralization reaction. So you can call this reaction by two names. One, salt formation, or neutralization reaction. Both are allowed. What is acidity of a base? Acidity of a base means how many OH groups it is having. Number of OH groups present in a base is its acidity. For example, sodium hydroxide, NaOH, it contains only one OH group. So therefore, acidity of sodium hydroxide is 1. Whereas in the case of magnesium hydroxide, its formula is what? MbOH twice. Number of OH groups are 2, therefore acidity is 2. And in the case of aluminum hydroxide, I think if you go for the crisscross method, you will get the formula, and the acidity of aluminum hydroxide is 3. So straight away it is the number of OH groups present in the formula. Last viva of the session. What is the indicator used in the titration of sodium carbonate against hydrochloric acid? Which solution is taken in the burette, and what is the end point? Right. The indicator used in the titration of sodium carbonate against hydrochloric acid is what? Methyl orange. In this case, in the burette, we take sodium carbonate. and in the pipette we take hydrochloric acid. End point is what? End point is yellow color changes to the pink color. That is the end point or the completion of the reaction. Okay, right. So with this, we will wind up today's Viva, and in actual discussion, we go for the practicals. Till then, have a nice time. Thank you, my dear students.